Is there a player or someone you watch even more specifically because there's things in his game maybe you would want to add to yours in the league?
Man, I think Luka. I mean, Luka's amazing and he's incredible. I think the way he can not only score the ball, but also the way he passes. And I think the thing about him is, like, he's not the fastest, he's not the most athletic, but he can get his defender to move where he wants him to go, and he takes up that space, and he does a really good job of either keeping the defender behind him or keeping him to the side. So I think that's something I can certainly learn from. Like, I always kind of want to run away from the defense rather than absorbing the contact and taking up the space that they give me. So
ESPN just got a new problem because Caitlin Clark didn't just appear on NBC. She walked into Madison Square Garden, sat next to NBA legends, and the whole basketball world watched her look completely at home. And here's why this matters. WNBA players are staring down a CBA fight that could shake the next season. But Caitlin just proved she can keep the spotlight, even when the league is in chaos. Stay with me, because in a minute, I'm going to show you the moment that quietly exposed the real power dynamic. Not a rumor, a live TV moment. It starts at the desk. NBC launches basketball night in America at MSG. Big lights, big arena, big stage. Maria Taylor introduces Caitlin like she belongs there. Carmelo Anthony is right there. Reggie Miller is right there. And Caitlin is the headline, not the game. Her. You could feel it. This wasn't WNBA Star Tries TV. This was NBC is building the future around her. But the first thing Caitlin did wasn't argue. She joked. She looked at the desk and basically admitted, "I'm short next to these guys." Later, she even posted she might need stilts next time. That one joke did a lot. It made her human. It made her likable. But it also made the clip travel, because the internet loves a star who can laugh while standing in the biggest room. Then Maria asks Caitlin about the arena, and Caitlin doesn't give a boring answer. She paints a scene. Warm-ups, buzz, noise, energy. She says Knicks fans are crazy and she loves it. That line matters because it shows what NBC wants. They want Caitlin to sound like a basketball person, not a women's basketball person. Basketball, period. Then the conversation turns to growth. Maria asks Caitlin who she watches in the NBA, and Caitlin goes straight to Luka Doncic.
Is there a player or someone you watch even more specifically because there's things in his game maybe you would want to add to yours in the league?
Man, I think Luka. I mean, Luka's amazing and he's incredible. I think the way he can not only score the ball, but also the way he passes. And I think the thing about him is, like, he's not the fastest, he's not the most athletic, but he can get his defender to move where he wants him to go, and he takes up that space, and he does a really good job of either keeping the defender behind him or keeping him to the side.
Not because Luka is flashy, but because Luka controls space. Caitlin explains it clearly. She says Luka isn't the fastest, he isn't the most athletic, but he moves defenders where he wants them. He absorbs contact. He takes up space. And Caitlin admits something most stars never admit on TV. She says she tends to run away from contact, therefore she wants to learn how to use it. That's high IQ. That's real. That's not PR. And the reason this part matters is simple. WNBA fans already know Caitlin can shoot, but a lot of casual NBA fans only know the logo threes. This segment showed something deeper. It showed she understands the chess game. Therefore, NBA fans who never watched a single WNBA game just got a reason to respect her. But the night didn't stay safe, because Reggie Miller got asked an NBA comparison for Caitlin, and he picked Peyton Pritchard.
I'm actually curious too. I know you guys have seen Caitlin play. She's a one-of-ones, but is there like a comparison of someone either you played with or you guys watching the game right now that reminds you of the young lady to your right?
I like Peyton Pritchard from Boston, the way he's able to handle the basketball. He makes big shots when the shot clock's running down, a lot like this young lady right here. Isn't afraid of the big moment and is a champion like she's soon to be.
The second he said it, Caitlin's face went blank. Not angry, not rude, just deadpan. Like, that's what you went with. It was the most honest reaction you can have without saying a word. And that's why it went viral, because fans saw what they were thinking. And right there, NBC got what every network secretly prays for, a clip that spreads itself. A moment you don't need to explain, you just post it. But here's the twist. That viral moment wasn't even the biggest moment of her debut. The biggest moment was when Caitlin brought up the CBA, live on NBC at MSG, with legends sitting next to her. Caitlin didn't dodge it. She didn't do the no comment thing. She framed it as one of the biggest moments women's sports has had, and she said she felt confident a deal would get done soon. That is massive, because it tells you Caitlyn understands what's at stake, not just for her, for everyone. But here's the part the league can't ignore. When Caitlyn speaks about the CBA on a massive NBA broadcast, it changes the pressure, because now the CBA story isn't trapped in WNBA circles, it's in the mainstream. Owners feel that, sponsors feel that, networks feel that. Therefore, the negotiation isn't just numbers on paper anymore. It's reputation, it's optics, it's momentum. Now let's talk about why NBC did this at all. NBC's executive producer Sam Flood called Caitlyn one of the most captivating players and dynamic scorers in basketball. Basketball, not women's basketball. That's a deliberate choice. It's positioning. It signals how NBC plans to sell her. And that's where WNBA players start to feel the tension. Because if Caitlyn is being positioned as basketball's star, the league will lean on her harder. The marketing will lean on her harder. The schedule will lean on her harder. And players will ask the uncomfortable question, if the league is growing because of stars, do the non-stars get paid like it? Or do they get asked to wait their turn again? That's why people say the players will explode. Not because everyone hates Caitlyn, but because a star economy creates pressure inside a locker room. It changes how people talk about value. It changes how people talk about fairness. And it changes what a strike threat really means. Because here's the scary part. Caitlyn just showed she can dominate a stage outside the WNBA. That's not a criticism. That's reality. And if the WNBA season gets messy, Caitlyn doesn't disappear. She stays visible. Therefore, the league's biggest star becomes even bigger. But the rest of the league risks going quiet. So this follow-up story is not Caitlyn did TV. It's this. NBC just mainstreamed the WNBA's biggest leverage point on an NBA night. And Caitlyn didn't just survive it. She controlled it. So now I want to ask you something. Did NBC just give the WNBA more power heading into the CBA? Or did they just make Caitlyn bigger than the league at the worst possible time? If you're still watching, drop stilts in the comments.